Hey, what's up, everybody? Social Reefer here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, you guys already know, I got to give a big shout out to everybody that's been showing support to my channel. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for engaging in the comments. I really, really appreciate you guys. Without further ado, I'm going to just get into it. This is day 2 of my in-tank treatment. I want to fill you guys in on the subtle details and what's been going on. Although it hasn't been much, to be honest with you, I feel like everything is still very stable in terms of looking at the coral health. The corals look very good. They're very fluffy. Their coloration is great. This guy's been bothered a little bit, but you could tell that's because the fish are swimming by it vigorously because they're eating algae in this corner here. Yeah, the corals are doing very great. Really good polyp extension, and they're showing me that they're not stressed out, which is one of the key factors when you're medicating your tank. You got to pay attention to the behavior of your corals. So if you're seeing that you're getting polyp extension like I am here on my SPS, I'm showing you guys. I'm trying to get this to focus here, but yeah, I'm getting polyp extension. Definitely you can see it on this guy here. Those are one of the great signs that you're not overstimulating your tank, you're not stressing out the coral, and at the same time, based on your dosage, you should know that you have an effective dose of medication on your tank. I still got the main equipment off. Today is day 2. I just put the second dosage at midnight. So tonight at midnight would be the last and final dose before I start my water change, which I already showed you guys. Well, I believe I did. I got 120-gallon trash can here, one over there with mixed salt. So I already have the first batch of salt water mixed for my first water change. I will be doing a second water change a day after in order to complete the full treatment cycle. But there is more to it that I will be filling you guys in after I do the water change. It doesn't just stop there. There's more things that you can do. For example, I had somebody comment in the section that doing in-tank treatments is a little bit risky because they mentioned you give the opportunity for cyano outbreaks, dino outbreaks, algae outbreaks. Yes, that's true. There's a risk pretty much with everything you do in this hobby. I just feel that as long as you take the right precautionary measures, you should be okay. With me, you know, nothing is not promised, but I do have some precautionary measures in mind that I'm going to take after I do my in-tank treatment. And I'm going to be showing you guys the steps that I take in the days to come. But for now, the most important thing is to make sure that your coral aren't stressed out. Obviously, my fish aren't stressed out. You can see them over there just munching away at the nori. So they're eating, their behaviors are as normal as it's always been. But the coral, particularly, you gotta make sure you're getting your polyp extension. You gotta make sure your corals are opening up like they normally do. And that is a really good sign that your tank is handling the treatment properly. You know, in this hobby, there's a little bit of risk with everything we do, you know? So if you let certain things deter you from taking certain steps, you're gonna stay stagnant, you know? I feel like this in-tank treatment is actually very beneficial for my tank, particularly because of my history. I've had random outbreaks before, and that could be, you know, signs for things to come. There are people that do this prophylactically. You know, they just do it because they know that there's benefits to it. And they also know, because they've been doing it for such a long time, that if you do it properly, you shouldn't really have much to worry about. But, you know, I'm not here trying to jump the gun. I'm not here speaking like, oh, nothing is gonna go wrong. Like I told you guys, this is my first time actually doing this properly. I did try in the past, if you guys read the description on my previous video, and I did it totally wrong. I overdosed my tank and I almost killed everything. Good thing, like I do now, I had the water prepped and ready on the side for the water change, And once I noticed that I started seeing the negative effects, I did that water change immediately, and I had 0 deaths, you know. But you got to be ready. This is why taking precautionary measures matter, you know. And this is why I'm telling you guys, don't do what I'm doing. I'm just taking you along the ride with me, you know, because this is a risk I'm taking personally that I looked into. I did my homework, and I'm making sure that I follow every step along the way. And I just want you guys to just take this journey with me. Don't take the risk. Let me take the risk for you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my goal here is to prove to you guys that if you do this right, if you do it correctly, there are benefits to it. And I just, I felt that this was the right way to go, especially because I've been putting my hands in this tank so much recently, more than ever. So many new corals going into my system, so I thought it was a good time to do a nice in-tank treatment. Now, in terms of the bio, the bio load and all of that, things can get tricky, even though I'm feeding my tank as I normally do, because there's antibiotics in the tank. You have to take into consideration that your bacteria in the tank is being affected. So you're not gonna have that same, effectiveness on bio load and removing nutrients from your system. That effectiveness is not gonna be the same because you're obviously, attacking the good bacteria as well, unfortunately. My goal is, after the treatment, what I do after the treatment to give my tank the best opportunity to bounce back, Although I have to say, people do these treatments for way longer than what I do. I'm only doing a 3-day cycle of the treatment, which by the end of tonight, which is midnight, I'll be doing my last dose, and evening tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing my first water change. But there's people that do this up to 5 days, But I honestly feel very good about it. I'm seeing a lot of coloration in my coral. I'm seeing a lot of good signs in some corals that I knew were visually sick, like my torch here. Look how beautiful it looks today. It looks even better than yesterday. For those of you who've seen the last video, this is the head right here. I'm trying to zoom in on it. It looks even better than yesterday, When you give your corals the opportunity, to bounce back, and you put them in the right environment, and you do proper, medicating, I think the benefits outweigh the risk. Because if you're experienced in this hobby, you know how to manage situations that could come out of this. I know how to manage cyano. I know how to manage dinos. Algae shouldn't really be a big problem for me because these guys over here, they help me. Number one, they are vicious at keeping my rock clean. And number two, I make sure that I keep the nutrient levels in my tank nice and balanced. Those things are very important, especially during treatment. Nutrient level balance is key because it gets a little bit complicated since you're attacking the bacteria that handles the nutrients for you. It creates a little bit of an imbalance for these few days. So you got to make sure that you're very diligent testing your nitrates and phosphates the days to come after the treatment, and make sure that you don't bottom out on anything. But yeah, guys, this is day 2. I just want to show you guys that my corals are still very happy. I'm getting really good polyp extension on all my coral, and my fish are super healthy, which are all the signs that the treatment is not negatively affecting my tank. Now, in terms of the bacteria, that's something that I'll show you what I'm gonna do for in the days to come. But until the next one, I'm gonna let y'all go on this one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, man, come along on this ride with me. Let's see what comes out of this. Peace out.